92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
They say it ain't over until the fat lady sings.
Yes.
Well, I don't know anything about the size of the woman in today's second date update, but I do know two things. She sang, and it's over.
Oh,
And
dang.
now Nick is not getting a call back. What's up, Nick?
That's kind of a harsh way to put it.
It's the only thing I can think of. You said that you met this girl and she's a singer, and now she's not calling you back?
Yeah, I think I messed up,
Okay.
Okay. Did you meet her at one of her gigs or something, or how'd you meet her?
So I was at a restaurant with some friends, and she was performing there, right? And I just thought, okay, in addition to being super cute, she had this amazing voice, right?
Yeah, that's attractive.
It really is. I mean, there's plenty of attractive women, whatever, but when they have a talent, when a woman is talented, there's something about it. It's a magnetism, and I'm drawn to that.
Tell me about it. I've always had a thing for sword swallowers.
Oh.
Man, yeah. I don't know
You
what.
know?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's
I
just
almost have
kinda
a thing for them.
done it for me. What's her name, by the way?
Her name is Gia.
Gia.
And
All
I
right.
love that name. Yeah, I love the name, too.
You love everything about this girl.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. That's why I'm upset she's not calling me back.
Okay. So would you wait until she was done with her gig, wait by her car like a groupie or something? How'd you approach her?
No. Okay, so she actually goes from table to table and sings. You know how it's sort of a little embarrassing? You're sitting there and then they come right to your table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, who do I make eye contact with? Because I feel uncomfortable just staring at you the whole time.
Oh.
Do you want money? What do you want?
So it wasn't like a show she was doing. She works for the restaurant?
Exactly. It's an Italian restaurant. Yeah.
Okay.
And so she comes to each table, and then I was just transfixed, I mean, she had a great voice, and I thought, I got to talk to her. And so I waited until we were all done with dinner, and then I approached her, and she was really friendly, approachable, nice person.
Okay. And so did you just ask her out right on the spot?
Yeah, I just asked her if maybe, we could go out later in the week, and she said yes.
Cool.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
So what'd you guys do?
We went out to dinner, and before we went, I had to go pick her up.
Okay, that's even a good sign that she wanted to give you her address.
I guess, yeah. I don't know how I'd pick her up without her address, but
Well, that
I
she's
just mean usually
yeah.
you would meet at a restaurant on a first date.
okay, it's like that.
Yeah.
All right.
like she's comfortable with you enough.
Yes.
You don't seem creepy like you're gonna get her address and just show up at random times or try to peer through her windows. You know what I mean?
So I go over there, and she'd recently moved in, right? And it was a nice place. And she asked if I could, hang up some stuff. And
Oh,
you said nail, and I was like, whoa, she moves fast.
I like her.
Yeah.
She put you to work on some chores she had around the house?
well, I mean, there was just stuff that, like some nailing and some heavy lifting, taking stuff out of boxes and moving stuff around. And it was actually a lot more strenuous than I expected. There was some heavy stuff, and I was actually sweating.
Okay.
So you're no longer a date at this point. You're hired help.
Uh-huh.
Just a glorified mover, basically.
Yeah, did you make her pay for dinner since you did all of her home chores?
Well, I mean, I think most women would probably offer, but if that happened, I would decline. But that's the thing. Then we had a nice dinner, but then things sort of took a bad turn.
What do you mean? What took a bad turn?
I mean, everything was going great. I mean, she's an amazing singer, and I was telling her how great she was and this, that, and the other. And then I said, do you have any aspirations to becoming a real singer someday?
Oh. Ouch, bro.
Ouch.
You said, do you have any aspirations of becoming a real singer?
Oh, wrong word.
Yeah, and I didn't mean, I didn't mean like she couldn't sing or anything. What I meant was, maybe getting a band and doing it full time as
Right.
opposed to, in a restaurant.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, wait,
That's a slam, though. If I was singing at a restaurant and you said, do you have any plans of actually becoming a singer one day, I'd be pretty pissed at you.
I just phrased it wrong. I mean, what I really meant was, does she want to be in theater or maybe in a band on the road or,
Yeah.
Adele or something like
Yeah,
that.
you could have
Or
just said
Adele.
so. Yeah. Or Adele.
Do you want to be Adele? How did she respond to it?
It was weird. It was like everything was going so great, and then it just turned. It just became this dark cloud, and and it just was awful.
You should have just said, so what are your aspirations for your singing career someday?
Dude, that's
Instead of
good.
taking a backhanded compliment.
I know. I mean, if I had to do it over again, I will totally phrase it differently. And artists are egotistical and they're insecure and
Okay, well, see now you're calling her egotistical and insecure. I think you really just need to work on the way you say things, man. So she seemed
I agree with you. You're right. You're right.
she seemed upset by your comment. Did you ever recover from that?
No, it's like that's the thing. The more I tried to get out of it, it just got worse.
Was that it for your guys' date?
Yeah, I mean that was basically that, and then we got the check, and then I drove her home, and that was
No kiss or anything?
No, I was gonna walk her to her door and all, but she said I'm okay, and she gave me a hug in the car. Not even on the street. She gave me a car, then she closed the car door. And
I'm going to tell you, a car hug means that she's trying to get out of there as quick as possible.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. So I would just like to have a do-over on this. I mean, I feel like I messed up.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and then get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you.
All right, man, just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
When you don't call some guy because he's got a lazy eye, that's ignoring. When you don't call him back because he's bad in the sack, that's ignoring. If you're wondering why I'm singing in Italian, right? That's not in Italian, that's in English, but you know what I mean.
It's
You
as
know what
close
I'm-
as you get.
You know what I'm saying. You're right in the middle of your second date update, and Nick is on the phone with us, and Nick isn't getting a call back from an Italian singer.
Are you trying to steal his heart right now, Jubal? Because he had a thing for that Italian singer,
am.
but now he may have a thing for you.
Nick really liked her. She was singing at a restaurant that she works at. She's one of those people that goes around to the tables at an Italian restaurant and kind of sings to people. And he actually had the nerve to ask her out after he ate dinner. Yeah. They decided to go out, but he thinks everything went wrong because he kind of slammed her job. Mm-hmm. He was trying to give her a compliment and say, like, oh, you should think about doing bigger things with your singing. He said, hey, Nick, how did you say it to her again?
I said, do you maybe one day want to become a real singer?
A real singer. That was it. And he said after that, she kind of seemed a little cold. Yeah. And he ended up just dropping her off at her house, and she gave him a side hug in the car, and that was it. Now she's not calling him back. So we're going to try to get her on the phone and see if we can patch things up and maybe get him a second date.
And can I just suggest when we do talk to her, let's just kind of move past this, Nick, as quickly as possible, because from the sounds of it, you're really good at giving backwards compliments. And I feel like if we just dwell on it, you're just going to dig yourself deeper, man.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'll try to keep my mouth shut, and hopefully you guys can get me a second date.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll give her all the compliments, and then you can we'll make it seem like it came from you, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial her phone number right now.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Gia, please?
this is Gia.
Hey, what's up, Gia? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Wait, sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning?
Like the radio show?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're actually familiar with the show.
Yeah, I've heard of the show. I don't listen to it.
Hey, you don't need to listen to it. Don't worry about it. The fact that you even knew our names is enough.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Gia.
Why are you calling me?
I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually emailed us about you.
Okay.
His name is Nick, and Nick recently asked you
Nick?
out. Yeah, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh, you remember
Okay,
Nick.
so
Nick is ringing a bell, it sounds like.
Oh God. Really?
yes, Nick wanted us to call you
Uh-huh.
because he says you guys went out on a date the other day, and now you're not calling him back.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the nicest things to say about you, though. He told us
Really?
that you were so talented. He loved your name. You were beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And that's why he asked us to call you, because he wants to know why you're not getting back to him.
Are you sure we're talking about the same Nick?
Yeah, I think so. He said that he met you when you were working at the restaurant singing. He came up and asked you out. He does feel like he sort of slammed your job at some point, and he feels bad about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Well, we talked to Nick about your date, and we asked him if there's anything that could have gone wrong, and he said he was trying to compliment you and say, like, man, you're a really good singer. Do you ever want to get, like, what's your biggest aspiration? And the way he said it, I guess, was, Hey, do you ever think you want a real singing job because you sing at a restaurant?
Yeah. It was actually pretty offensive. I mean, I don't know that he meant it to be offensive, but it's definitely not the right thing to say
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. Is that why you don't want to see him again?
Pretty much. I mean, it just seems like he didn't like me a whole lot.
Really?
He didn't like you. I mean,
Wow.
just from one comment that you took the wrong way? Well, sorry. I don't want to put that on you.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on you. He said it the wrong way. You
Yes.
took it how he said it.
I assumed that he meant what he said, but there was more than one comment. He kept doing that.
What else did he say?
I mean, it was just like he says, you're really good at what you're singing, but, maybe you should try doing cooler music. Like, maybe that's why you're not successful.
Cooler.
Why you're
Singing music
not?
no one wants to hear.
Oh.
Wow,
wow.
that sounds like straight up rude to me.
You said you weren't successful.
Cooler music.
And
Exactly.
I'm guessing you didn't ask for his critique either, that he was just offering this to you.
No, I didn't ask for his critique, and I like singing classical music.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm good at.
Yeah. Apparently, Nick doesn't think it's cool enough, though.
Yeah.
And apparently he doesn't like everything about the way I look. Like, he
What?
told me he's not usually into green-eyed girls, but somehow he can dig it with me or something like that.
Whoa, dude.
Like, I get a pass for having green eyes.
Oh my
Thank you very much.
God.
And that was him trying to say you have beautiful eyes, maybe?
That's not what it sounded like.
Oh my God! No wonder. What did you ever bring up to him the fact that he was just insulting you over and over again?
I mean, what was I supposed to say? I tried to assume he was trying to compliment me, but it still sounded really insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be around a dude like that all the time.
It was an exhausting night. I mean, even if he's trying to be nice, I have to sit there and smile like I'm having fun while he's hurling insults at me.
Hey, Gia, it's me, Nick. I need to talk to you.
Nick, you're supposed to wait.
I'm sorry. I can't wait. I got to talk to her now.
Gia, Nick's on the phone and wants to talk to you. Sorry I didn't tell you that before.
Are you kidding me right now?
Sorry.
No.
No, they're not kidding you, Gia. And I'm sorry, but I mean, I have to talk to you.
Why?
I just look. I wasn't trying to insult you. It just came out wrong. And I think you're just talented and gorgeous. And I mean, you're an amazing singer. And all I meant was, did you want to maybe, take this on the road or go do this like a profession instead of being, like a lounge
Like
singer?
a profession.
You just,
A lounge singer? You just did it again, right there. A profession.
Well, what?
You think I'm not doing this as a profession right now? You think my job is just a hobby, but I'm not a professional?
No, I mean, I didn't. Okay, that came out wrong. But
Yeah.
look, I mean,
It did.
okay, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm thinking, you have the talent to become, I don't know, like a huge, like Adele or, some huge touring singer that plays stadiums. That's kind of what I meant. I mean, I meant it as a compliment. And, if you just commit yourself to doing that, I seriously think you can make it,
Make it. Like, I'm not serious unless I achieve, like a national tour. That's your measure of success.
Right?
No. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, are you happy?
Oh my God!
Nick, you got us.
Nick,
you're
stop,
doing a
man.
terrible job here, man.
I mean, you're basically saying, like for instance, you can't be a scientist unless you're Stephen Hawking. Like, there's all sorts of people that do professions. You need to respect what she's doing, man.
I do respect her. I think she's amazing. I'm trying to tell her she's awesome, and I don't think she's hearing that.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not hearing that because what you're actually telling me is that I'm not doing it right, that I haven't succeeded yet.
Okay, all right. If you're happy, singing in the restaurant, and is that what you want to? That's how far you want to take your singing career. Is that right?
That's
You don't want to go any
far.
further than that.
Like, are you accusing me of giving up because I sing in a restaurant?
Right?
No. I'm just saying, have you taken your talent, which is amazing, as far as you want to go,
As far. So we're still talking about distances. Like, I haven't gone far enough.
No, Jubal, could you tell her what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say, right?
I think I know what you're trying to say, and you're trying to say that you think that she's an amazing singer, and if she wanted to, she could take over the world with her voice.
And you've got to understand, Nick, on her side, like, she wants to be dating someone who's proud of what she does.
I am proud. I'd give anything to be able to sing like that. I mean, I'd give anything to have that sort of talent that she has. She's amazing.
There you go.
That was good.
Nice. What do you think about that, Gia?
We've made so much improvement.
Yeah, that sounded really nice. And it only took, what was this, 5 minutes and 3 coaches to get you to an actual compliment.
A little bit of coaching, and we got you there, Nick.
Oh, well, thank you, I guess. I guess you can finally hear what I'm saying, right?
Oh, boy.
A little shot there.
I'm gonna try to put you out of your misery, Nick.
Dang.
Gia, would you like to go out with Nick one more time for a second date? We will pay for it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Figured.
This is just too tiring to have to sit through an entire evening of wading through this without someone to mediate and translate. I can't. I just don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
What if I came along and helped translate, Nick?
No.
Would you like that idea?
I don't think so. No,
No?
that's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, okay, well, sorry, thanks. Thanks, Gia, I appreciate it. And, I think one day you're going to be a great singer and,
You did it again!
God, this is hopeless.
She's already great.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. It says, OMG, can you please let me help Coach Nick to not come off like a total a-hole? We're talking about today's second date update. This dude, Nick, wanted to call a girl named Gia. They met because she was actually singing at a restaurant. She works at an Italian restaurant and goes around to tables and sings opera. And they went out on a date. Everything was cool, except Nick kept complimenting her but slamming her at the same time.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, cool, so you've been singing opera at that restaurant for a long time now. Are you ever going to become like a real singer?
He was like the king of the backhanded compliments.
Yes.
The
You
more
know?
he talked, the more he dug himself into a hole.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, can't you, don't add the but to anything. Or and, just leave it as you're a really great singer.
Boom.
Yeah,
There it
he
is.
wouldn't stop. Even at the end of it, he's like, I think you're a really great singer and you'll make an even better singer someday. And you're like, no,
No.
just say she's a good singer.
Yeah.
She's like, I already make a living
Yeah.
off of this.
It's
What a cute hobby.
She does opera, and he's like, you ever going to sing anything cool?
Yeah.
He just didn't get it, and he also didn't get a second date because she
Good.
didn't want to go out with him again. Remember